Thank you to all my channel members, including my fan appreciation level members and my contributor level members, for helping support the YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my July 2025 TBR. We're going to talk about all the books that I plan to read in the month of July. And it's a pretty average month in the number of books I'm reading, but it's a bit unusual in terms of what types of books I'm going to be reading this month because of several factors, because of what I've been in the mood for, also based off of what I had on my schedule, and also with just like how things are working out. I have a lot of self-pub or indie pub books on this list, and I'm very excited to read all of them. So I have 10 books to read this month. Only one of them is a new release. I'll start off with the new release. The new release is the new Star Wars book, The Crystal Crown by Tessa Gratton. It is a YA book tying into The Acolyte. I was not the biggest fan of The Acolyte, but I'm really interested to see if they can kind of right the ship with the novels. So far, the books they are doing, both Wayseeker and Crystal Crown, are prequels, so we'll see if they ever do sequels in this for it. I didn't love Wayseeker, but, Crystal Crown could end up being a great book. So I'll plan to read that when it comes out in July. But that's my only new release. So let's talk about the other books, and I have physical copies of all the others. I do plan to read Wraithkin by Jason Cordova. This is the first book in his Kin Wars series. I've been interested in reading this because it's kind of got that military sci-fi look to it. Jason told me, hey, this is one of my earlier books, so don't judge me too harshly, but I think it'll be entertaining. And so far, the other books Jason's written that I've read, like Monster Hunter Fever that he co-wrote with Larry Correia, and then also his original novel, Mountain of Fire, I loved. It was one of my favorite books last year. So I'm really excited to read Wraithkin, and if I enjoy it, I have the other 3 books in the series. I think it's just a tetralogy for now. He may do more one day, but it's just a 4-book series. So yeah, I'm excited to read Wraithkin. That's from, by the way, this is from an indie publisher, Chris Kennedy Publishing, from his Theogony Press. You can see that's the logo for Theogony Press, but it's from Chris Kennedy Publishing. I also plan to read Gregory Michael's book, Khloes Kingdom, which I've seen described as a YA science fiction book. And this book originally got on my radar because Gregory Michael was one of the authors who dropped out of the SPSFC competition when they booted Devin. They were like, hey, what y'all are doing is not right. I'm removing my book. And so he removed Khloes Kingdom, and Gregory sent me a copy of the book, and I'm very excited to get to it. It's being described as YA sci-fi, and I really don't know too much about it, but we'll see how it goes. And he just released the sequel just a few weeks ago, so if I enjoy it, I can go get the sequel. I also plan to read a novella, which is Small Town Problems by Chris Ritchie. Similar situation. Chris actually has been commenting on my channel for a long time, and I've known him on Twitter and stuff. But he sent me this book, and also Chris was also someone that withdrew from the SPSFC, and so I have this novella. It's only like 145 pages, so it should be nice and short, nice quick read, and I'm excited to see how it goes. My last self-pub book that I plan to read is Unbound from the Songs of Chaos series. I read book 1 last year. I loved it. I thought it was a great book. Book 1 was called Ascendant. And I got books 2 and 3 for birthday and Christmas, but just hadn't gotten to it. Just, had stuff on my schedule and just life happened. And I was like, darn it, I want to get to the rest of the series. So I have book 2. If I enjoy it, I also have book 3 to read eventually. But this is this is the big book of the month. It's pretty small print and it's almost 700 pages. But this is the only long book, and since I also have a novella on the schedule, it should balance out. So yeah, this will be towards the end of July that I read this, because I want to get to everything else first and ensure that everything else is read. So this will be one of the later books to read. I also plan to read some more Star Wars books, not just the new canon books, but I've been trying to 100% the EU. That's been my goal, is to, by December, do it, and I'm slightly behind. I'm actually one book behind, but I still have a chance to catch up according to my schedule, and so I have 3 Star Wars books to read. The first one on the list is Star Wars: The New Rebellion by Christine Catherine Rush. This book I'm excited for 2 reasons. One, it's a standalone, so that should be entertaining, see how it goes. 2, it has a gorgeous cover, which I believe is done by Drew Struzan. I'm going to check, because this looks like a Struzan cover. It is a Drew Struzan cover. I knew it. So it's like gorgeous Drew Struzan artwork from the Bantam era. But third, and also exciting, once I've read this, I've 100%ed the Bantam era. So that's exciting. So I'll plan to read that. This one's, for a Star Wars book, it's kind of chunky. It's like 500 pages, but it should read pretty fast. There's also a nice and short one, Honor Among Thieves by James S. A. Corey. If you're like, that name sounds familiar, well, that's because this is the author duo that wrote The Expanse. And outside of The Expanse, they also wrote this novel. And this was one of, if not the last published books in the Expanded Universe. It was originally going to be part of this trilogy that only 2 books got put in the Expanded Universe. One of them got put in the canon. But anyway, this is one of those books in that from that series. So I'm excited to read Honor Among Thieves, see how it goes. The last Star Wars book I plan to read is actually going to be a buddy read, and that's going to be Star Wars Death Star by Michael Reaves and Steve Perry. I'm picking this up, of course, because I'm trying to 100% the EU, but my friend Caleb from Caleb Likes Books is planning to read this in July, and we were thinking about buddy reading it. I don't know whether we'll do a video on both our channels, or just his, or just mine. We'll see what happens, but I'm excited to read this and kind of buddy read it with Caleb. So that'll be the last Star Wars book read this month. And then I have one Star Trek book on the month, but it's a nice and short one. And that's Gateways, book 5 of 7, No Man's Land. This is a Voyager book. Voyager, my favorite Star Trek series. I know nobody else feels this way, but everyone's wrong. It's the best. I'm excited because not only is it Voyager, it's Christy Golden, one of my favorite media tie-in authors, but also it's a nice short book. Should be a nice quick read, and I'll be not only reviewing it spoiler-free on the channel, but if you want like a spoiler discussion, like a full-on hour-long discussion, check out the Literary Treks podcast, because that's where we'll do that when that's ready. The last book I plan to read this month is not in the fantasy sci-fi genres. It is going to be a very different type of book, and that is going to be Ken Follett's The Modigliani Scandal. I'm a huge Ken Follett fan. His Kingsbridge series is one of my favorite series ever, and I wanted to read more Ken Follett. But man, he's got some long books, and I was like, I don't know if I can fit that in this month. So I was like, read one of his short books. Now, everybody who I know who's read Modigliani Scandal said it's not that great. It's okay. I'll probably enjoy it anyway. Even his not great books, I'm betting are better than some people's great books. So I'm really excited to read this. Hopefully I'll enjoy it. And if not, oh well, it's only 270 pages, so not too long. But it's a thriller. That's about all I know about it. And you know what? I'm fine going in blind on this one. So that's my TBR. If I get lucky, because some of these books are shorter. There is that one chunker, but most of the books are shorter. So if I get through all of these, maybe I'll add some more books. We'll see. But for right now, got some Star Wars, some Star Trek, some thrillers, some fantasy sci-fi, some indie books. I have 4 indie books this month. That's going to be different. So if you've read any of these books, let me know what your thoughts on them are in the comment section down below. And if you intend to read any of them, let me know that as well. And let me know what your July TBR is looking like. And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you so much for watching.